Hi everyone! So today I thought that I would do the Truthful YouTuber tag. This was created by Mel Thompson about a month or so ago, and I've been meaning to do it. I've seen so many people do it, and it's a really good tag video with quite a few really thought-provoking questions. So let's just get started. The first question is, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided not to review it? So this particular tag is all about telling the truth and talking about your channel and how you choose to run things. And I have received a product, actually I've received multiple products with the intention of reviewing them, trying them, not liking them, and then not reviewing them. In every case, I contact the company because a lot of the times brands will send small channels products in exchange for a review. They're not just going to send you the product, hope you like it, and if you like it, you'll talk about it like they do with some of the larger YouTubers who just receive flat out PR. That's the difference there. With PR, there's generally no strings attached, but there's other scenarios, and from time to time I will accept things with the intention of trying it and reviewing it, and I can think of a couple of things that just did not work for me. Magnetic eyelashes were one. There were some lip products as well that were really sketchy that I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be getting from this company, but I thought, hey, I'll try it. A lot of these things were mistakes I made a while ago. I really don't do this anymore. I ask a lot more questions when companies are like, hey, we want to send you products in exchange for review. And I'm like, wait, okay, what are the fine details here as opposed to before? So I always give the company a heads up, because a lot of the times they're probably expecting the person to be really nice or give a fairly sanitized review because they received a product for free in exchange, which is why they would do this. So I usually give the company a heads up and say, listen, I just want to let you know that I tried the product out, I've been working with it, I don't like it. When I do my review, I won't be recommending it. If you would like me to continue forward and do the review anyway, I will. If you'd rather I didn't, then I won't. And every company has said, please just don't do the review. No one has ever come back and said, yeah, do it anyway. I figured, you know what, I got the product for free. If I don't like it, it's not going to end up on my channel. I'm going to end up getting rid of it anyway. So what's the point? What happens there? I find that a lot of the times I don't get a lot of views on a dedicated review anyway, which is what a lot of these companies want. So it just doesn't seem to be worth it for me in most cases. Like, I like to try and incorporate things when I can. Anyway, totally going off topic from the question. Question 2 is products you use alone but don't show or use online. The only thing I can think of right now is some of my Kat Von D stuff. I tend to avoid showing that, particularly the liquid liner. I have a couple of those deluxe size Trooper liners and I will use it. I actually ended up using one today. Like, when I wear false lashes, I need a little bit of black liquid liner, and I haven't purchased a new one because I had these samples, so I was like, they're still good, I can still use them, but it's not something I want to show myself using on camera, so I never show that step ever anymore when I'm doing like a get ready with me putting makeup on my face, because I just don't want it to seem like I'm endorsing the brand. And a lot of people just assume that, even if you make 1,000 disclaimers and say, I don't support this brand, but I'm finishing up this product, or I'm using this product, I got this as a gift, or whatever, people take it as you're endorsing the product, and it's hard to navigate that sometimes. So when I can, I try and avoid it, and then sometimes I use it anyway and put the disclaimer in, and if people want to think otherwise, they're going to think otherwise. But that's the main thing I can think of. Question 3 is product you want but won't buy because you don't support the brand. So there's a few things. Now, I haven't looked at anything recently. I've actually been meaning to do a would I buy it kind of video because I've completely avoided Trend Mood and all these new releases. The only thing I got spoiled for was the new ColourPop palette, the purple one, because I saw it on Twitter instead. But when it comes to products that I won't buy because I don't support the brand, I can't say that there's anything really in particular that's standing out to me. I'm still a little fuzzy on Tarte. I haven't purchased from Tarte in a long time, but every now and then I will see something that I really like. They have kind of a tacky aesthetic and I like it. It's kind of all over the place, but so am I. Like, I feel bad because I do or did like the brand Tarte, and I liked a lot of their products, but then with the whole Shape Tape foundation stuff, I just felt really uncomfortable with the way that Tarte handled that whole situation, and I just haven't been able to purchase from them myself. But it doesn't mean that I don't look at things from time to time. There's even things like Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks and like some Lime Crime stuff that I'm like, yeah, you know what? In a different world, if it wasn't attached to these people and these histories, maybe I'd have the products, but it doesn't matter because they are. Question 4 is, do you have any blocked words? I absolutely do. I have a handful. I won't say them all. People always find a way around the blocked words, but I've had blocked words for a while. Basically, you can blacklist words. So if somebody leaves a comment with one of these words, it will go to your spam filter and you have to manually approve the comment. This has saved me so much hassle and trouble because I figured out the handful of words people were using to insult me. It was always going to be those words that were going to be in whatever comment people were going to use to just try and tear me down, and it just avoids people dogpiling on it. Whether people agree and then thumbs up the comment so it becomes more visible, or if people start responding and fighting, sometimes people will jump in and be like, oh, I can't believe you would say that about Elle, and they start fighting on my behalf. Or people go, yeah, I agree, and then they have this whole dialogue on my page talking crap about me. No, that is not okay. So that's why I have blocked words, because it solves a lot of that problem for me. If people want to talk crap about me, go somewhere else. Don't bring it to my home, right? Because I don't have to read the stuff anywhere else, but you are actually bringing that stuff to me, so please don't. Question 5 is, do you delete comments? If so, why? I only delete comments if people are incredibly rude. Usually those spam filtered comments. I don't really delete comments other than that because there's no reason to. Even if I don't agree with something somebody said, I don't feel the need to delete the comment. People have different opinions and that's fine, and it's good to hear from people. Sometimes people leave comments that I don't really know how to respond to, or I feel kind of weird about it. I don't like when people insult other people to give me a compliment, and I find it really weird and hard to respond to stuff like that. So I usually just don't heart the comment. I don't really acknowledge it, but I wouldn't delete it. So question 6 is, do you block people? I do block people, usually those people that leave those nasty comments, and I will mute people. So that's a good feature too, just so that you can keep people's comments from appearing on your channel. Nobody can see it. They don't know they're blocked. They feel like they can keep commenting, but nobody ever sees what they've commented, and it's beautiful. I don't like the idea of blocking people, but there's some people you just can't actually have a discussion with. Like, there has been times when I've tried to be a rational person with some of these trolls and been like, hey, what you said is hurtful. Let me explain the reasons why. And they just come back with more insults. Like, they're not willing to hear me. And if they're not willing to hear me, then I don't need to hear the other crap. I just block them because it's not worth my time to have that crap here. Like I said, this is my space. This is not somebody else's space. This is not somebody else's channel. This is not a forum for people to discuss and talk about me. It's for people to talk to me. So if people want to talk about me, they can do it somewhere else. Question 7 is, have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with the brand? Never. Ever. No. I don't really have ties with brands anyway. I say what I want to say, and that's about it. Do I sanitize stuff? Maybe from time to time, but it's not about staying on good terms with the brand, but more about not pissing off people who like the products. Sometimes if I really hate a brand or I really hate certain products and I'm nasty about it, people get really pissed off at me. This happens a lot with any of my controversial topic videos, which is why I've kind of stayed away from them a little bit, because even if you say 1,000 disclaimers, there's still going to be somebody who says, but I love this, and they take it so personally. And that's why I will be a little bit nicer about things than I maybe would be otherwise, because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm attacking them personally, because it's not about them. It's about my feelings towards a particular brand or product, and it has nothing to do with them. But I've never lied or tried to keep good terms with a brand, because they should be able to take criticism. As far as I'm concerned, they should be able to hear the feedback that people are giving without taking it personally. Question 8 is, have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know? Probably. I can't think of a specific example, but there's definitely been times with like a first impression that I liked and then didn't like it when I used the product longer. It's really easy to put something on your face, like a foundation, and go, this is beautiful, my skin looks amazing, and then actually wear that foundation for 6, 8, 9 hours and hate it. And that's the thing with reviews. I always try and keep it separate if I'm doing a real dedicated review or if I'm doing a first impression, because they're going to be different things. First impressions are more fun entertainment for me, but not something I ever personally base purchasing recommendations from. Review on in-depth reviews where somebody has tried a product in a few different ways. It's not about getting the review out fast, because if you get it out fast, you really haven't tried it long enough. So I'm sure there's been things, and I wouldn't have ever intentionally not told everyone that I changed my mind, but it might not have come up until a later date, depending on how much I was using the product and what other situation I would have used it in. Question 9 is an influencer you don't trust. Well, actually, I'm going to kind of combine question 9 and 10, because 10 is an influencer you trust the most. I feel like there's issues with trusting influencers point blank. When you look at the larger channels, they all have a reason for what they're doing. If it's their job, you have to remember it's their job. They're going to say nice things about brands. They're going to make partnerships with brands. They're going to be sponsored. There's going to be things said that aren't necessarily going to be the most true, because they're doing their job and they're getting paid. And there's not really one particular influencer I don't trust over others, just like there's not one that I trust the most. There are influencers I believe that are more honest than others, and there are ones I believe don't have ulterior motives, and ones who I believe actually want to keep this as a hobby. Those are the people that I enjoy the most, because I feel like they're more unfiltered, they're more willing to speak their mind and talk the truth about a product, good or bad, and you learn more from people like that, which tends to be the smaller channels, than you do from the larger channels, because when you rely on it for your income, you're going to be nice. You're going to be nice. You're not going to be talking crap about your bosses or potential bosses. It just doesn't make sense. So I think there's a problem with trust in general, and I don't feel like people should put too much trust into influencers, because it's just not gonna end well. You know, you gotta have some responsibility for yourself and not put the blame on people as well for your bad decisions. People need to be a little bit self-aware about what goes on and what these people are trying to do and what they're trying to sell. Question 11 is secret tips or product application you don't show well on camera. The only thing I can think of is using my fingers a lot more. I don't know what it is, but I feel like when I'm off camera, I use my fingers, my hands, to blend things in a lot more than I show. Particularly like even with eyeshadow, like I'll blend stuff in a little bit more and just kind of smooth things together with my hands. I just feel like it works a lot better sometimes, and I can fix some problems. If I'm like, oh, there's a little bit too much product here, a little too much product there, I can fix it with my fingers, and it works very well. And it's not really secret tips or anything, but just something I don't really show on camera that much, because sometimes I would show more things with my fingers and people get kind of weird about it, because I feel like YouTube and Instagram and stuff has changed people's perspective of how makeup is applied. And I know a lot of makeup artists use their fingers even when they're applying on clients, but there's something about the YouTube thing that people just view it differently, so I just don't usually show it very often. Question 12 is, have you ever showed one product but you were actually using another? There's only one time I can think I did this. It's actually really funny now, because it was a Kat Von D product. Well, actually, it was a lime crime product I used, but I said it was a Kat Von D product. This was back when I was supporting Kat Von D. I was applying a black lipstick, and I had Witches from Kat Von D and Black Velvet from Lime Crime. Couldn't find Witches. Could not find Witches, and I was like, I don't really want to use Lime Crime because I know what somebody will say, but it's the only black lipstick I can find right now, but I don't know what I did with Witches, so I guess I'll just apply it and say that it's Witches. And I did do that because I was like, it's a black liquid lipstick that dries down matte. I don't think anybody is actually going to tell the difference. It's kind of funny, but Yeah, I did do that. Question 13, have you ever not disclosed a sponsorship? Never. I've never been sponsored. I have mentioned before I've gotten product in exchange for reviews, but I have never been sponsored, and so I would have no reason to lie about a sponsorship. Question 14, have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? A couple. I've definitely said some not so nice things about brands, and they've said some not so nice things about me. I've maybe revealed some stuff about brands, maybe spoiled some potential releases, which maybe made a brand not too happy with me. Maybe that happened. Yeah, and you know, it's never really been super awful. I've never had a particular instance that was really bad. I'm honestly surprised Lush never reached out to me after that video. I would have thought that they would have, you know, said or done something, but never heard anything from them. So, you know, I'm not too worried about it. This isn't my job. So I'm just gonna say what I want to say and do what I want to do, and it is what it is. It really doesn't bother me because it has no reason to bother me. Question 15 is, have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product? Definitely, 100%. It's really, really easy to get swayed by other people's opinions, especially when you're friends with somebody or you're friends with like a group of people who also do YouTube videos and you watch their videos, and even if it's something you've never tried, it's really easy to believe. And it's really easy. Like, there's been so many times where I've heard so many people say the same thing about a product that then I start saying the same thing. It's like I start believing it, and then I'm like, wait a second, I've never even tried this. This could actually be good. What am I talking about? And it's hard to escape that sometimes. It's just so easy to bandwagon with other people, and it's also hard because you don't want to be the odd man out. I feel like I've definitely been the odd one out sometimes, and it's a little weird because you have a whole group of people who really hate or love something, and then you're on the other side of that, and it makes a difference sometimes because people like to feel like they're in this little group, and if you stray from the group, it can get a little weird sometimes. Anyway, I don't feel like I'm part of any YouTube clique or anything. I kind of tried, and I will continue to try sometimes, be like, please like me, but I can't bandwagon anymore. I'm too old for that crap. And the last question, question 16, is things other creators do that get on your nerves. The only thing I can really think of is when they say they're going to talk about something and then they don't talk about it, or when they tease something and it's like, oh, I'm so excited about this thing that's happening, but I can't talk about it just yet. But I'm so excited about this thing, and I want to keep telling you about how excited I am about this thing, and it's just so exciting, and I can't wait to tell you, but I can't tell you about it right now. I really hate that. It drives me crazy because I'm like, just don't say anything at all. Like, what are you accomplishing by doing this? I just don't get why they do that. Please stop it. Stop it. If you have something exciting, share the news when you can share the news. Leave it at that. Other things, maybe when they apologize too much, like I'm bad for that. I know I do it, but it still annoys me when I see other people do it, or when people complain a lot. Like, I do a lot of the same things and it annoys me when I do it, but it's a complete different annoyance when I see other people do it. Like when people complain about their subscribers or their numbers. Stop complaining. I also really don't like when people celebrate subscribers in general and like live and die by the numbers, because I don't like thinking of people as numbers. Like, I like thinking of my subscribers as people that I have a little community with, that I talk to, that I know, who help me and support me, and who I try and help and support as well. And it just feels weird thinking about people as numbers. I don't know. I stopped looking at all that stuff. Like, I don't look at channel numbers, video views, and all that stuff anymore. It's made me so much happier and so much more content with the stuff that I'm doing, because I just don't care about that stuff. I care about the interactions I'm having with people. I care about more of that personalized stuff. That's why I do YouTube, not just to say that I have like a specific amount of followers or views on my channel or thumbs up or whatever. So that's a little thing I get a little annoyed with, but it's just such a personal thing because I don't get it anymore. When I used to like live and die and like value my self-esteem based on that, and I just don't do that anymore. So anyway, that is all from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have done this tag in case I missed watching yours, and let me know if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, if you want to hear more about my YouTube channel decisions or whatever, I'm pretty much an open book when it comes to that. So just let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. I really truly appreciate it. I hope we get a chance to chat soon. One last thing before we go, in case anybody's still here, people have been wondering about hashtag 365 days of samples. It is on hiatus for a little while because I'm moving, so I just haven't been able to like use skincare and leave stuff out, and it's just not happening right now. So it's not gone forever. It's just not going to be coming for a little while till I can figure stuff out. So anyway, that's all from me. Thank you so much once again. Hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.